Kawhi has had some iconic moments in this postseason, including this vicious dunk on Giannis from the conference finals. And yesterday, Instagram user Athena took a printout of the dunk and put it in the Louvre in France.
Oh.
This iconic moment. It's just due.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know what this was. That's really cool. What's up, C?
I had no clue what was going on there.
You see, she's wearing the Kawhi Leonard New Balance T-shirt. Now, Kawhi wants a different logo. He wants his old logo back from Nike and a little legal dispute there.
Yes. That's a nice logo he's got, too.
But that is a heady play by her. It's over in France. Says it needs to be in the same place as the Mona Lisa. The Kawhi Leonard dunk. I like it.
Okay.
What? What? You don't know what? You don't like it?
Well, I mean, did she walk away and leave it there, or did she put it up there and take a...
We'll send our investigative team out there to figure that out. But in the meantime...
That'll never happen.
In the meantime, I think it's a cool thing that she did.
Pepper, get on it!
Die-hard Raptors fan, putting it in a museum.
Good stuff. Good job, Kawhi.
Did she leave it there? Was she allowed to bring it? Did she vandalize?
Well, I got it. She put him in the museum. Kawhi put him on a poster.
There you go.
There
Now the poster's in the museum.
Time for stories to start your morning, brought to you by the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil. Le'Veon Bell's first Jets practice is in the books. He was on the field for 7 reps. Bell was incredibly complimentary of his new quarterback, Sam Darnold, saying he's going to create opportunities that Bell usually wouldn't have. See, is L. Bell right?
It's impossible for him to be right. 2014, L. Bell. I've been watching every snap. Michigan State and in the pros. 2014, dude had 83 catches. Already had an offseason in 15. 16, he had 75 catches. Last time he played football, 17, he had 85 catches. The dude catches the football. But he's saying good things about the young quarterback. I'm glad to see him out there. He's a great football player, and we as football fans got robbed with him being sitting out last season.
The single most important person on the Jets, as far as players go, to Sam Darnold's development is Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
To be productive not only as a ball carrier and not only as far as having him go out in the slot and catch passes, but as a safety valve when things break down, like a typical running back would catch passes. He's going to have to be productive in all those phases to help out Darnold.
And Nick, they need our guy Robbie Anderson, man, to have a big season.
Absolutely.
And one year extension with the team. He's got to be a constant deep threat for them. 1,200 yards for Robbie for this offense.
1,200 yards.
Yeah,
wow.
What else is there out there, man? I'm not mentoring no bums, man.
Okay, all right,
I'm mentoring
Robbie.
the ballers.
1,200 yards. The gauntlet's been thrown.
Back to the NBA Finals. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors hoping to take a 2-1 lead tonight over the Warriors in Game 3. And despite reports that Kawhi is dealing with a knee injury, he said there are no excuses when he's on the floor. Nick, what do you think the Raptors need from Kawhi tonight?
Well, he's going to have to be more efficient from the floor, but where you can really see that he is laboring to a degree is not just his jump shot, as we discussed a lot yesterday, but his lack of activity help side defense.
Yeah, he's a half tick late.
It is not the Kawhi Leonard of the previous round where he was just thoroughly dominant defensively, and his matchup's so much easier this round because he's not guarding Giannis. They're putting him on a weaker offensive player so he can help, but in order to be effective help side defense, you've got to be able to have your full mobility. So you would hope to see him be a little bit better there because I would imagine he's going to be more productive tonight than he will in Game 4 because it's only the one day off between Game 3 and Game 4. But they need him to be efficient offensively.
And we need him to start in the first quarter the way he goes in the third quarter. Give this offense a boost early in the game. I believe he's going to get some good matchups in this game. Iggy, how healthy is he? With Clay being limited or out of this game, look for Kawhi to have his best game of the series in Game number 3.
All right, on the other side, there was hope that Kevin Durant could play Game 3. That hope has been dashed. Despite wanting to play and ramping up his workouts, KD's out. See, at this rate, when do you expect Kevin Durant to play?
Oh, this is hard because I wasn't expecting him to play at all in the whole series. So for him playing any basketball in this series wouldn't be surprised at all. Game number 5, that's when we see KD. I know he wants to play in Oracle because game number 4 is going to be pivotal, but I believe realistically game number 5 in Toronto is the first appearance by KD at the earliest.
Yeah, at the earliest. I think you can all but cross him out for Game 4. Game 5, to me, is the most optimistic one can be. And if he's not there by Game 5, then your original prediction from the day after he suffered this injury, which is we're not going to see Kevin Durant in a Warriors uniform again, at the very least this season, maybe not ever, that might prove to be true. The Warriors keep slow bleeding this, like, we'll update you in a couple days, I remember when they said maybe he'd be available for Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. That was a couple weeks ago.
I hope I'm wrong about this one.
All right, back to the finals with KD out for Game 3 and Klay Thompson still questionable for Game 3. All eyes will turn to Steph Curry in Game 3. He's had an up-and-down first 2 games of the series. Having to be the one consistent presence on the team isn't new for Curry, nor is it something that phases him.
Nothing changes. Stay consistent with my approach every year. Whether it's in training camp or in the finals and everything in between, just trying to boost confidence, create the right perspective going into each game, and we do it by committee. There's a lot of different voices that we have that we rely on. We all just understand the moment, and we're very locked in and focused on adapting, to the circumstances that are thrown at us right now with a lot of injuries and kind of uncertainty of even who's going to be able to play. So we've been through a lot, had a lot of different experiences. This is just adding to that book. So we got to be ready.
Okay, CC, no KD, probably no Klay, and if he is in there, it's going to be very limited. How much pressure is on Steph Curry?
There's a lot of pressure. Jenna, you got pressure on him. He needs to cut his hair like he had a couple other. Last year's final, he had a shorter haircut. Jenna's like, what's wrong with Steph? His hair is growing and everything. I like it a little trimmed down. It makes it more aerodynamic with his face and everything.
Yeah, that was Jenna's commentary, the entire soundbite. But on the game, please.
This is the thing with Steph. Things do change, though. They got less firepower. He can't afford to be patient. When he starts off the game, typically point guards say, you know what, it's a big game, I'm going to be aggressive. That means attacking the basket or getting people shots. Man, Steph's got to be able to fill it up. Without Klay, they're dependent on him to be able to score. He can't afford to have an off night.
He can't afford to have an off quarter.
So for me, watch how many shots that he forces. He will take more bad shots because he's got to.
Yep.
So I have to be willing to accept that. I doubt. I'd be shocked if he shot above 50% from the field. He might have to shoot from deeper range. He might have to shoot earlier in the shot clock compared to letting them set up a box and one or them concentrating on him. So for me, there's more pressure because he can't be patient. He can't let the game. The greatest players always say in their biggest game, well, what's your plan? I'm going to let the game come to me.
Nope.
Oh, no, not tonight. He can't afford that. This is a special situation, but it's also a situation that superstars, they can thrive in. Because if they win this game, everyone's going to know it's Steph Curry. And very seldom are you ever able, you can be as unselfish as you want to, but tonight we need him to be selfish. We need to be able to see his greatness. It's hard not to try to take over the game when you have all these other guys that you've been playing with for years and they're out of the lineup. And there's no way that Steph can have trust in all those backup players that he has not played in these big games with, in this playoff run they've been on the last 5 years, Nick.
There's 2 game tapes that Steph should watch leading up to this game. Probably won't, but I think he should. One, neither have to do with Golden State Warriors this season. One is the 2015 NBA Finals that we touched on briefly yesterday. And watch what LeBron had to do in that series where coming off the finals where he shot 58%, he shot 39%, but averaged 36 a game. You know why? There was no Love, no Kyrie, and it was, man, every shot for me, every bad shot for me is a better shot other than anything but a layup or a dunk for my teammates. I have to take 30-plus shots every game.
That's the number.
Because it's the only way my team can get any type of offense going. Now, that Cavs team also slowed the pace way down. They played kind of caveman basketball in 2015. I don't know if the Warriors can do that, but Steph needs to have a mentality that he has not had to have at almost any point in his career since he's been a superstar, which is, it's me against the world. It isn't good shot, great shot. It's going to be mediocre shot, bad shot, my shot. And so that's the first game film. And the other thing he should look at is when he was at Davidson, you know how teams defended Davidson, particularly the year after he went on that incredible tournament run?
with a box and one because he was the devastating force on the team and the only one they had to be worried about. And you know what? You can solve a box and one. The Raptors would be crazy if Klay's out to not at least see if the Warriors have adjusted from the box and one, because it wasn't that Steph just didn't score in the